No.
Like, other people's farts suck, but smelling your own fart, it's like...
No.
You don't have to make me feel like an outcast. Like, I can't be the only one that likes to smell my own farts,
You're
dude.
a fucking weirdo.
Oh, hey, sorry, we didn't see you guys there. I'm so sorry you had to hear that from this guy, but we're embarrassed. All right, everybody, welcome to episode 31. I'm Sergio.
I'm Brian with an I.
Do not adjust your picture quality. We really are this handsome. This is a special playoff episode. It's special because we're going to talk about the Coyotes half the time. You need to prepare yourself, dude. Half this episode, if you see that, so it turned out to be an hour, like 30 minutes, and be the Coyotes.
Yeah.
We're going to start with the lower classifications. It's tough, man, because especially when you do 3A, we don't have a lot of local 3A teams that ever go very far. With the 2A, it's your Agua Dulce, Steve. We got Agua Dulce going up against
Steve.
Rock Springs. Producer Steve, my bad. Oh, first, how about the Astros?
World Series champs.
Suck at Philadelphia. How do they do? Mattress Mac. Philly. We got Agua Dulce against Rock Springs. I had to look up Rock Springs because I didn't know a lot about them. Agua Dulce kind of snuck in the playoffs, didn't they, Producer Steve? You go to their games, right? Do they look all right? I haven't seen Agua Dulce in person, but Producer Steve. It's hard to compare, man, because we don't see Rock Springs around here. I don't even know where the fuck that is. Where's Rock Springs? Have you heard that? I don't know, man. But Agua Dulce's big wins are over Perez, who I think Agua Dulce actually stuck in as a third-place team, not the fourth this season, right? Yeah, Agua Dulce got in as a third-place team and beat the shit out of Perez. That's probably their biggest win. Rock Spring has some big wins over Dehanis. 12-0 over Brackett, 48-42. We talk about Brackett in a while. They play someone else local also, but it's a neutral site. Is this Agua Dulce's first? You know what? One of my friends just commented something about Agua Dulce. Let me get it on here real quick. David Salinas says, yes, Cal Allen, deep run in the playoffs. And Agua Dulce, don't know the last time they made the playoffs, but a lot of freshmen on this year's playoff team. So it looks very good for the next 3 to 4 years. That's for Agua Dulce. So I guess, yeah, there's a lot of freshmen on the team. Do they look small when you watch them, Steve? He says there's a lot of freshmen on the team, and this is the first time they make the play. They're still in the playoffs, and you got a lot of freshmen, so that's a good sign. That's a good experience for them, man.
That's when Nemo Jacobo, he was a quarterback, but he transitioned to running back. Been doing a hell of a job there.
Oh, the ones that sent us the footage. Yeah, that's right.
He's a two-way player.
He's one of the ones that's a senior, though.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, but it looks... I don't see it being close. The Rock Springs has some decent wins over Dehanis and Brackett. Even though we don't know a lot about them, those are some good wins. Looking at mutual scores of different scores from both teams, man. But it's... I don't see Agua Dulce beating Rock Springs. I'm not going to put a number to it. Like I said... There's no point. Agua Dulce has something to be proud of. You're in the playoffs, and you got a lot of freshmen on that team, so that's something good to look forward to, according to David. I don't know what you want to do. You got anything you want to say about it, man? It's not. I don't want to put a number to it, but I just don't.
Yeah, Agua Dulce, like I said, they just came on strong at the end. They have a young team, a couple of seniors. Hats off to them. But yeah, I ain't gonna put a score to it either. I'm hoping Agua Dulce gets the win.
That's 2A D2 Region 4. The other one we got from 2A D2 was Woodsboro. Oh, there's the Brackett team I was talking about, right above them. Woodsboro and Brackett. That's also going to be played on neutral side. Woodsboro has big wins. Oh, Woodsboro beat Agua Dulce 22-20. That's not that's one of their biggest wins that I could see on there, and it does not bode well if you only beat our freshman team by 2 points. Brackett also has big wins over the ones we talked about a while ago. Dehanis, 30-27, and Comfort, 58-24. Yeah. Bracket's another one like Rock Springs. We don't know a lot about them around here, but looking at some of the scores that they have, it's Woodsboro with biggest win is a 22-point win over Agua Dulce. It doesn't look good for you. But you're in the playoffs, man. That's something still to be happy about and proud of. But I don't see any of the 2A D2 locals getting past this round. But one of our best friends right here, like, was Awadulce now. So we'll just Awadulce might win state. We don't know. Awadulce might win state. Producer Steven.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. It's tough. It's going to be a tough district. Playoff matchups for these guys.
We always start with the big boys. We're starting with the little ones this time. I wanted to include the Valley also, but it's just maybe once the next round happens that it's cut in half and there's not as many teams. We'll start including some Valley, maybe some South San Antonio area teams. But yeah, that's it for 2A D2 locally, man. Woodsboro and Awadulce, good luck to them. Hopefully they prove me wrong. Yeah. I don't think either one of them's going to win, but it would be nice if they did. So the locals, 2A D1, Region 4, Shiner's in the local district, and they're a big deal around here because they're matchups with the Fuyo, so we'll include them. Shiner plays Santa Maria, though, and that's probably going to be like 100-0, so that's all we're going to say about that. This is going to be like a 100-0 game, dude, unless they call up the dogs. That's all I'm going to say about that one, man.
Yeah. And the next one, we got Refugio versus Bimbo. Neutral.
It's a neutral side. I don't remember where. It's a neutral side. I don't remember where. But.
So we got Refugio quarterback, Kalen Brown. He's third in statistics in the lower class. He has over 1,600 yards passing with 18 touchdowns passing.
This is going to be another kind of 100-0 game. That's why we wanted to at least get some Refugio stats thrown in there for their fans. Have some, so they won't say you didn't want to talk about Refugio.
Yeah, then they also have some defensive backs. With the INTs, you have
Jaden Lewis, Isaiah Avery, and
Isaiah Bland. That's also the running back.
He's the running back also. He wasn't up there, and the caller didn't show him up there with the numbers. I don't know if it's misprint or if this. Maybe y'all spread it around a lot. I haven't been to the Fuyo game this season.
Oh, they're going to play in Mathis. Okay.
That's where we went to watch them.
1 year.
We went a few years ago, and it was raining, and the score actually wasn't that bad. Yeah, but the rain kind of kept that close. Hopefully, you never know, Bembo. Maybe there'll be a monsoon, and it'll keep the game close like that last time y'all played them in the playoffs a few years ago. But yeah, man, it's still something to make the playoffs, man. And
yeah, it sucks when you work your butt off to make the playoffs, and then your first matchup.
This is a Fuyo or Shiner.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's still a good experience. You get to play the Fuyo. Say you were knocked out by possible eventual state champion. Mm-hmm. See what happens with them. But yeah, those are the local 2A D1 representatives.
And the next matchup we have is Freer Buckaroos and the Three Rivers Bulldogs.
Freer's bigger win is Freer had a win over Bruni, which is in a different district, but Bruni won their district, so that's probably one of Freer's. Freer was 6-4, so they didn't win too much, but one of their bigger wins probably over Bruni. Three Rivers is a tough one, man. They had nice wins over Nixon, Somalia, and Ganado,
and Taft also.
That's right, they beat Taft.
So remember those two losses that Three Rivers has is from Shiner and Refugio.
Yeah.
In the same district.
Huge losses, though.
Yeah.
Like they weren't close, but. So. You get to say you lost to the two of the best teams probably in the state. But
I have Three Rivers winning this one. And I have them winning by at least 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, it's gonna be something like that. I don't even have it that close. It'd be nice if it was. They're both local, man. We're not pulling for either one. I think we got probably more Three Rivers fans on the page. So, but yeah, you're both local. We don't care who wins, man. but honestly, I get Three Rivers. Three Rivers are probably winning a blowout, man. I don't got it as close as this dude, man. I mean, for your, I would mention some of y'all's playmakers at least, though. Three Rivers has Caden Inman. I don't know if I'm saying that right, man. 977 rushing yards, 9 TDs. Derek Lancaster, 51 catches, 1,064 yards, 17 touchdowns. Jacob Amaro has 85 tackles, 39 catches, 679 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. Caden Solis, your quarterback, has over 2,000 yards passing, 27 touchdowns, and he even has 4 interceptions on defense. Freer didn't have anybody on the local top 10, 15, whatever they do for stats. So
yeah, I see a lot of that. I mean, I'm hoping the coaches next year, hey, call in the stats.
They probably did. They just didn't have anybody.
No. I'm saying, but there's a lot of kids that I know that their stats. I'm not gonna name schools, but I see them week after week. I mean, come on, just quit being lazy and just call in the stats to call our times. I mean, that's all you gotta do. You know, these kids, they work their butts off. They play hard. I mean, at least you can do is just show them some love.
And get to see their name on the paper and talked about. But yeah, that's it for the local 2As D1s. Yeah, we both have Three Rivers winning. I got him winning in a blowout. He has him winning by about 2 touchdowns. That's it for local 2A D1. We'll move on to 3A D2 Region 4 with George West and Poth.
Ooh. Is it Poth or Poth?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't
Is
know.
that how you say it? I don't know. Do you know what?
Producer Steve?
Poth? You said it right. I said it wrong. I don't even remember what. Did I say Poth? Poth. It don't matter. It's going to be another of those 100-0 type game. Poth only has 1 loss, and I think it was the Shiner by 2 points. So they're like on that same kind of level, man. They're 3A, though, but George West has some badass teams some years. I mean, this isn't really one of them. One of their bigger wins is over Banchetti. Sorry.
Yeah, it was by 2 points, too.
Over Banchetti. Poth, my God. Poth killed everybody they played this year except for Shiner, where they lost by 1 or 2 points. I'd put it on the notes somewhere. It was a 1-point loss to Shiner. So this isn't going to look too good for George West, man. We could at least mention some of George West's playmakers.
Yeah, quarterback Jake Snyder has 980 yards passing, 11 touchdowns. Got wide receiver Carlos Serrano.
Yeah, sorry.
21.
I did chicken scratch in the notes, man. 21 catches, 412 yards, 5 touchdowns.
And TJ.
Stupid chicken scratch, dude. I don't remember what it was. TJ.
He has 9 interceptions, though.
No, 4 interceptions. That's 4? Chicken scratch, too. I'm sorry, man. We were doing these notes in a hurry. Like, we just wanted to hurry and get it out. And then we did it in the reverse order when we were doing the notes. So it's just the smaller schools got written last. It was a lot of chicken scratch, man. But, yeah, I don't want to stand that too long, man. It's just this is not embarrassing to lose to them. Like I said, their only loss is a 1-point loss to Shiner, and it's just not going to be a good game for George West. But maybe I'll be good in basketball. I don't know. Basketball season's coming.
Mm-hmm. See, this is why it's important to win district, because you get
fucking teams like Poth in round 1. You don't win district, dude.
Yeah. So, but good luck to both teams. I'm not going to put a score on it, but I'm taking Poth over this one.
Yeah, we don't got to put scores in the ones that are going to be.
So the next one's going to be interesting. Taft 8-2 versus Comfort 3-7, neutral site. So Taft has the gunslinger, JJ Acosta.
I don't remember how many yards you ended up with, over 3,000.
Oh man, let me check.
I might have written it. Yeah, he ended up with
3,474 yards passing and 32 touchdowns.
And the receiver?
The receiver.
What did I write? Yeah, 1,448 yards, 18 touchdowns. They had 2 receivers in the top stats.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Josh Suarez had 14, 48, 18.
That was another one too, though.
Enrique Rodriguez, 709 yards. So.
And then the quarterback also plays on defense, I guess, because he had 3 interceptions. So.
Yeah.
We haven't decided yet on the whole gridiron demigod. I think you played his.
Yeah, we're gonna figure it out though.
We'll figure that out later. But isn't it probably? It's not gonna be someone from San Diego, dude, or Banchetti.
Nah, I think it's a toss up between this guy and the Ingleside quarterback.
Aiden Jacobson.
Yeah. So on this one, I got Taft winning big.
Comfort doesn't have the greatest record. Taft's big wins are Banchetti and George West. Comfort, but Comfort's bigger wins are over Card City, but they're in a district with Poth, the one we just talked about, Nixon Smiley. So it's hard to get wins in that district, man, but I don't Don't let the 3-7 record fool you. What did you say? You got Taft?
Yeah, I got Taft winning big. I want to see if they can
Sabina
stop.
Mamon. Do we even have Taft fans on the page?
I want to see if they can stop that air tag.
I don't.
They don't. They're not.
I'm gonna be a piece of shit and go against it because I just think Comfort's record is misleading, man. They just play in that Poth district with Nixon, Smiley, Poth, and it doesn't get a lot of wins. But neutral site. I don't know where they're playing, man.
Producer Steve.
I'm a lazy piece of shit, man, and I just wrote neutral sites when there's neutral sites. I didn't write where the hell they're playing. It doesn't matter, man. You got Taft. I got Comfort winning just because they play better competition throughout the season. It's a tough one, man. I mean, Taft's losses were to what? 3 Rivers?
3 Rivers.
3 Rivers beaten by, what, about 8, 9, or 10? It was more than one score, 9 or... But 3 Rivers is pretty good. Yeah, I got Comfort, man. I don't want to
So this
stick on them
game's
too
going to
long,
be in
but-
Seguin.
It's in Seguin?
Yeah, Matador Stadium. Friday at 7:30.
Where the fuck's Comfort at? Just somewhere between there and...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's we don't want to stay on that too long, but he's got Taft winning, I got Comfort winning. If there's any Taft fans on the page, don't leave, but I don't think there's any Taft fans.
All right, the teams are 3A District, 3A Division 2, Region 4, Hebronville versus Natalia. They're both 5-5. This one's going to be played in Mathis. Friday,
Mathis also.
7:30. Yeah, Mathis. Hebronville's the one that's
season blown out, right? We were like, what the hell?
Yeah, like wow, and then they picked it up. They picked it up at the right time. They made that. They made the play. I think they got seated in number 3.
They have that Eden Bettis running back that I think he was on Gridiron Demigods once.
Yeah, he has over 1,000 yards rushing, 10 TDs. Then you have Nathaniel Salinas has over 107 tackles on defense. So, yeah, they picked it up at the right time. Hebronville kind of surprising when they start off the season because they're usually pretty darn good.
Yeah, and Natalia's big wins are over the Comfort team we just talked about, that they're just in a better district, man. Natalia's in that same district. It's just they play with Poth and all them. That's the kind of competition they're used to. Hebronville struggled this season, so I don't see it being close just because of 5-5 record.
Yeah.
Pick your ass kissing prediction.
No, I'm going to go with Natalia.
I'm going to put a score to it. Natalia winning big.
Yeah.
I don't see it being close. I hope it is, man. Hebronville's a local team. We're pulling for all locals, but I don't see it being close. But we'll see what happens, man. But good luck to Hebronville in the playoffs. And you do have that really good running back. Yeah.
If the kids watching this, prove us wrong. I mean,
Yeah, we mean no offense, man, when we predict you to get blown out or the other team to score 100 points. It's just motivation.
yeah.
So good luck to Hebronville, man. That's the last of the local 3AD2s representing the local 3AD1 Region 4. We got Foul at Industrial. Foul with a 7-3 record, lost the heartbreaker to San Diego. That you got excited about that, I know that, but it turned it around a lot, man. There's Foul's coming off them 1-9, 0-9 seasons, and Industrial's 8-2. They're in that Goliad district. Industrial's big wins are over Goliad 23-22 and over London 42-26. Foul's big wins will be over someone like Lyford. They'd be 26-22. Foul has that running back that had the over 2,000 yards over there, Martinez. Is he the one that there's some Foul people that follow the page and send us stuff sometimes?
He's
the one, right? And he'll post links to his huddle.
Yeah.
Foul also has a Jamarcus Jones kid that had that one game where he scored like from offense, defense, special teams.
He's an athlete.
Where was it he came from? I remember he's a transfer from like some other state somewhere. I don't know, man. He's a badass athlete, man. It's industrial. Industrial is in a super tough district, man, and then they beat Goliad, who's really good this year. I mean, Goliad beat the crap out of London this season. It just that district is. I'm pulling for Foul because the coach Garcia. I think I did 2 of their games last year or the year before. I hadn't been back. I should have been back this season, man. Maybe this is. I don't remember what this is. It's at Industrial. It's not a neutral site.
Yeah.
I think it's
No. You have Foul and Industrial at Buck Stadium Friday.
they're playing at Buck.
They're playing it, but
Max Preps just said it was in the Max Preps is so wrong, man. It's hard to get information from Max Preps because you got it on Caller Times, though,
yeah, I
right?
got it calling times. Yeah, Buck Stadium Friday.
Buck Stadium.
I think it was one of the first playoff matchups that I saw that they had it early. I think they had it like Saturday morning. They already knew what they were going to play. So Buck Stadium Friday.
That's a nice venue for programs that small, but
And that
Industrial played
explains
there last year.
The
when
big
they
schools
played in
playing on
Cavaliers.
Thursday, so
It gives them that extra day for next week's game. If they think they're going to win, they want to play on a Thursday. If they're going to win big, so it makes sense, man. I think we'll get to vets there later, but
yeah, I have Vanderbilt Industrial winning. It's just they played a tough schedule, and that 8-2 record speaks for itself. So
yeah, I got them winning too, man. It's just Foul's a local team, so I hope they find a way to
if they can stop
prove us wrong. But
Martinez and I think I just have Industrial. They're just
I got Industrial winning big. I'm not gonna lie. Hopefully, Coach Garcia's not. He watches some of the stuff because he'll comment.
I
hope I'm wrong, dude. Show it to your kids that I think that you're gonna lose big.
South Texas Bloodsport has y'all losing.
Yeah,
Hey,
put the
prove us
clip
wrong.
put the clip for your kids to see, man. But Industrial's really good this season. It's not a knock on your team, man. Industrial's really good, and they have the Cobra mascot.
All right, we're going to continue with 3A Division 1, Region 4. We have Goliad at Rio Hondo. So Goliad 7-3, Rio Hondo 5-5. Rio Hondo, my bad. So Goliad has big wins
They're in that tough
over
district,
London, 34-0. And Rio Hondo had a big win over Foul earlier in the season.
Man. Oh, that's right.
And then over Lyford, so I don't
What
know
was the foul score? Did they barely beat Foul?
Yeah, 20-14, yeah, by touchdown. Yeah, so how do you see it, Sergio?
It was a tough situation for the Foul district, man. You got that beast district right off the bat in the first round. Right. Goliad's in a win. It's not. Is it neutral site? No, it's Rio Hondo. It's at Rio Hondo. It doesn't matter, man. We don't have any Rio Hondo fans on the page, and Goliad. There's probably a couple, but so we wanted to include you guys. But Goliad's real good this year, man. They're just in that tough district. That's why they had a couple of losses. But I don't got this game being close, man. I got Goliad winning by like 3 touchdowns, maybe more.
Same here. I think Goliad's just they're on a different level. That
It is on a
district's
different
a whole
level,
different
man.
level, man. Like it's crazy. That whole
Yeah.
district. Man, it's just. But hats off to Rio Hondo for making the playoffs. Good luck to both teams. But yeah, I see Goliad winning big. Yeah, I'm not gonna put a score on it.
I don't got it being close, man.
So the next one we got 3A Division 1, Edna 9-1 against Lyford. That's 7-3. So
Lyford's big wins are over Bishop 32-6 and over San Diego 36-20. That looks good until you realize Edna's big wins are Edna beat Bay City, who has actually good this year. I mean, the Bay City's the 4A. Bay City has some state championships on their resume. This is not the same. Recently, they're a lot smaller than they used to be, but they're pretty good this year. I was looking at their schedule. So Edna has some wins over Bay City. They beat the hell out of Sinton 48-21. They beat the hell out of London 49-3. And then they beat the hell out of an industrial team that we were just bragging about 46-0. Their one loss is that the Fuya fans get mad because I said, how did they beat them? I know the Fuya's a Fuya, man, but I don't know how the fuck the Fuya beat Edna. But Edna's like a monster this season, man. They got a chance. They're one of them teams that have a chance of going all the way in 3A D1. And we never have local teams in the 3A level that really go that far. I know Edna's more closer towards Victoria, and the Car Times don't include them, but we have a lot of their fans on the page, so we include them. But Lyford's pretty good this year. It's just not in the same level as Edna, man. This is another one that's just gonna be. I don't want to put a score to it. It's gonna be a blowout, in my opinion. But don't at least he made the playoffs, Lyford. I know we have some Lyford fans on the page, right?
yeah, we have some Lyford fans, yeah. And then Sinton being 4A. I mean, Sinton just won district.
And Edna beat the hell out of them.
Edna, yeah. And I think that one loss might have been like to the Fugio. I might have been in their heads, man. I don't know.
One of the Edna fans, when I posted on the page, they did exactly what I just said. One of the Edna fans said something about, I don't remember what it was.
Mistakes or miscues.
I don't remember the reasoning they gave behind it, man.
That's like they see that the Four Hill Bobcat team come on the field, and it's automatic. It's just like Calella. It's automatic. They're like, damn, I bet if
some teams are like that, man. But they didn't affect them to see Sinton on the other side, and Sinton's got a badass rep also. So I don't know, man. But they're going to be a close one, man.
I have a blowout.
I got a blowout also.
I mean, congrats to Life for making the playoffs. But it's just a powerhouse, Edna. It's just a powerhouse.
Good looking basketball.
Hey, that's where Stone Cold Steve Austin, right, went to high school, Edna?
Yeah, he's from Edna, yeah. Because I get confused because I know he used to say something about he's from Victoria, but it was like, no, but he played for Edna.
All right, yeah. No, I see, yeah. So good luck to both teams. All right, the next one, 3A Division I. The last matchup is Corpus Christi London against San Diego Vaqueros. This is going to play in Odom Friday. Let me see.
We had different opinions on the page, man, when we were posting the rankings. He didn't understand why London's ranked so high with their horrible record. I get it, man. It was a bad record. I see, like, if you think another team should be above them, I can see how you find that there's disrespect.
I just thought Three Rivers should have been above them. But
don't make it about Three Rivers. Make it about San Diego. You know you want to, dude. You know you want to say San Diego should have been above them. And that's what we're going to find out right now.
Yeah, and they're going to clear the air right there. We're going to
clear
see
the air
why,
for us.
So you want to start?
I'm going to go back and tag you on that shit where I fucking posted why London's ranked so high. I even said they should be number 2. Ugly ass record, man. But all those other other teams that should be above them, they're not included in the caller rankings. London, man, just because of all the losses they took, those good schools, they don't have a lot of big wins, man. Their bigger wins probably something over Mathis. San Diego's big win will be the recent one. The other last week over Foul, 23-20 it was overtime?
23-20, yeah. So they went to overtime. San Diego scored, kicked the extra point, but then Foul got the ball back, scored. They went for 2 to win the game, and they didn't convert. It was a high snap.
Say something about the punch. You want to say it. We all saw it on camera, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to go into that. I mean, if you saw the blitz, it's going around. You had a player from Foul, took a dirty shot to the quarterback. So, I mean, it's going around there, too. So, come on, man.
Keep it clean.
There's a lot of cameras out there.
That was a good game. You don't need to do stuff like that. It's a good game, man.
Yeah, I know emotions get, the best of you, but I mean, sometimes it can hurt your team, Sometimes, that could have been a penalty if they would have, been caught. But, yeah, keep a clean game, man. It's no big deal.
Yeah, London's got that quarterback, Ace Navarijo, the parents. Well, I think both. I know the mom obviously follows. But there's another Navarijo that comments sometimes, too. I imagine that's the husband. He's got over 1,400 yards passing, 18 touchdowns. Then there's a pair of wide receivers with the same last name. I don't know. They're brothers,
they're twins.
Are they twins?
Yeah.
Cazales, one of them has 40 catches for 647 yards and 7 touchdowns. The other one has 33 catches for 521 yards and 11 touchdowns. The Preston kid also has 3 interceptions. So I don't know if he's the better of the twins or what. A sibling rivalry. I did write his name.
So San Diego, R.J. Valerio, he has 1,384 yards passing, 13 touchdowns, and then he has 907.
Yeah,
I thought he had clipped 1,000 yards this time and 18 touchdowns. Yeah. So
he got over 1,000 rushing, 9,000 passing.
Passing, yeah. Has a total of 32 TDs in 10 games. So stud quarterback, man, can beat you with the arm and legs. Got a couple of receivers. Vidal, 41 catches for 745 yards. So that's probably his go-to guy. 9 touchdowns. And then this guy also has a stud on defense, 84 total tackles with 3 INTs. So the secondary is going to have their hands full, man. If San Diego's going to want to win this game, they have, I believe London has another receiver, I think by the last name Jet Christmas, I believe. I've been reading about him.
Do you know where it's at? I just put neutral side now.
So it's an Odom. It's an Odom.
Oh, that's right.
So, yeah, so of course I'm going for San Diego. Let's see if they can, what the secondary can do defensive-wise. They can stop this air attack. Quarterback's a stud for London. Don't take him lightly. I just have it because I don't know London's rushing attack. I don't know,
Because you love San Diego.
It's not because I love San Diego. It's because when you come this far, when you come to the playoffs, you got to run and pass to make it deep. Except if you're Cal Allen, you just run it down their throat.
Well, they can throw it now though.
But so, I'm just saying. That's my opinion.
But yeah, you're right.
I mean, to go far in state, even to make it a state, I think you got to be balanced at running and passing. Just so it can either one. Opens up. The play action pass opens up the passing game.
Your name has to be the Alice Coyotes if you want to win state this year. But that's for later.
Yeah.
I'll do my prediction first because
So I'm going to put a score on.
I'm going to put a score in it too, man. I got London winning. I'm not hoping London wins. I don't even have any London connections, man. San Diego, I got connections. I like the coach, the head coach, and then his cousin's one of the coaches. I got San Diego winning this one, and I by a touchdown. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. London, it's fairly equal teams, man. It's just London played the tougher schedule, in my opinion. Cover your ears, dude. I got London winning by like 2 scores. I don't got London connections. We have San Diego connections. If I'm wrong this time, I'll be happy that I'm wrong. I'm never happy when I'm wrong about a prediction. I'll be happy if I'm wrong about this prediction. I shouldn't say that because we got some London fans. So
yeah.
I don't really. What's that? It's I got London winning by 2 scores, man. I'm just being honest. He's got San Diego winning. He's saying 7, but in his head he thinks San Diego's gonna win by like 50 points.
No.
Put the number 2.
Keeping it real.
You got San Diego by
28-21.
I got London 35-21.
Damn.
I got San Diego friends and connections, man. I don't want to get pissed off at me, but that just I want to keep it serious for the playoffs. So I can not give my bullshit, Mr. Know-It-All crap. But
I'm gonna share that Blitz video with the Mud Dogs.
Do it. It's not gonna matter. London's gonna win. San Diego's gonna win. Yeah, but that's 3A D1 locally. Good luck to all the D1 teams, 3A D1 teams locally, man. But we hope we're wrong on the predictions and the ones we say. Where you're playing someone that's not local and we got you losing, hopefully we're wrong. It's not what we wish, man. It's what we think. We got 4A D2 now. We got Bishop and West Oso. Bishop 5-5. It's a neutral side. I don't know where they're playing. I think you knew.
I think it's in Bishop. I think they.
Why the hell? See, when I write neutral side, I go. He goes by caller usually. I do too sometimes, but this time I went by max preps, and they're always inaccurate. Either way, man, it don't matter. Bishop 5-5, West Oso 3-7. West Oso 3-7, but they have that badass running back, man, Elijah Huff. What did he end up with? How many yards? Did I not write it down? Why didn't I? Yeah, I did. He had 2,419 yards and 30 touchdowns. He's kind of the only West Oso kid that had stats on the local leader. Yeah. So I don't know if they're a one-man show. I haven't been to the West Oso game yet. Bishop's kind of played a good schedule. Their bigger wins are over Moody. Moody was 0-10 this season, but that's a 5A school playing a school that's barely 4A. They beat the crap out of them 35-15. And actually already played each other. Bishop, West Oso, Bishop. Did West Oso win the first matchup?
I don't know. Did they play each other?
It was a 40-38 game, and I don't remember which one. They played each other non-district in the beginning, maybe like week 3 or 4. And it was a 40-38 game. I think West Oso won. That's why I was thinking in my head, because I know when I was writing the notes, and I was like, I'm the type that I think if you play again in the playoffs, someone you already played, and you barely lost, I think you have the advantage in the rematch. Just because of revenge factor. I think West Oso won 40-38.
Yeah, it was 2 point. Yeah, I just saw it right there.
40-38, man. It's going to be another good game.
Now, do you give Bishop the advantage because he's home field advantage?
I give Bishop the edge just because the revenge factor, since the first loss was so close, it was only a 2-point loss. I think it'll be another great game, man. It's going to be another close game. I'm going to give Bishop the edge this time, and I'm going to go with Bishop. I don't necessarily put a number on it, but they're going to win by. It's going to be a close game. It's going to be another one-score game. I got Bishop winning this time.
So it,
Get something done with your grass field, man. It was 2 years ago. I think I filmed one of your games, and the grass field in Bishop's horrible, man. But I don't know why. I'm sorry for bringing that. I picked you to win, so I can say something negative.
man, it's a tough one. I'm gonna go.
I'm sorry, AC Williams, for picking against Wisto. So
I'm gonna go Westoso.
it could go either way, man. It doesn't matter.
It's just, yeah.
We win and lose no matter what.
I'm not gonna put
I mean,
a
it's
score on
just a
it, but I
local
have
against a
Westoso,
local,
yeah,
so it's either way.
I mean, hats off to both teams. Prove us wrong. But yeah, I just Elijah Huff might be too much for them. So
I got Bishop. He's got Wisto. So either way we win, man. The local team's gonna win. The local team's gonna lose. It's gonna be a close one though. The next one we got is Raymondville at Orange Grove. Raymondville. It's Orange Grove's big wins over San Diego, 27-6. They beat Raymondville's big win is over Port Isabel. Port Isabel's really good. I mean, they're pretty good, and Raymondville's got a win over them. So, and Orange Grove has someone that was in the rushing stats leaders. I think he was number 2 with 1,528 yards, 11 touchdowns. Diego Garza. Then they have the Mark Lopez quarterback at 721 yards, 1,721 yards, passing 17 touchdowns. They had a couple of kids in the defensive stats. Seth Barnes with 103 tackles. Caden Schmer from last time. When I could have pronounced the last name, Schmer with 101 tackles. Schroeder. And then they have Jaden Hubble with 92 tackles also. So some of the playmakers there from Orange Grove. The Raymondville, if you're not from this area, man, we don't got access to your stats. So we're not trying to leave you out, but Raymondville, Orange Grove, man, this is one of them toss-ups, man. But if Orange Grove can beat San Diego like that, I don't see them losing to Raymondville, man. But that Raymondville win over Port Isabel, that was a better win than. But Orange Grove kind of blew out San Diego. But you said they didn't have their quarterback. That you can start with your shit.
No, I mean, he got hurt that game, but I mean,
he got hurt like the last 10 seconds. No, I don't know that. I didn't.
Yeah, so no, I have Orange Grove winning. Orange Grove's playing good ball.
It should be a good game, man. It's like Orange Grove had a nice big win over San Diego, but then it's hard to overlook Raymondville's win over Port Isabel. I'm gonna go with Orange Grove also, man. I don't think Orange Grove gets knocked out yet, not this week. I think they're gonna get the win here. I think it'll be a close game though, man. Like a 28-21 type game. It could go either way, is what I say. I'm going to pick Orange Grove because they're the home team, but
I'm going to go 24-17.
Go either way. Next, we got Ingleside and Port Isabel, the one I just talked about, Port Isabel. Ingleside's got some big wins over Orange Grove, 45-21, over Raymondville, 45-8. Port Isabel's big wins are over Ed Couch Elsa. Ed Couch Elsa is not that good this season, but it's still a 5A program with tradition that you beat. Looks good on paper, man. And they beat Bishop 14-7 earlier in the season as a non-district.
Ingleside's quarterback Aiden Jacobson, he's been on Demigods, quite a bit this year. Yeah, it's over 2,500 yards passing with 37 TDs. He has a stud receiver, Jaden Smith, 42 catches, 997 yards, 20 TDs. That's his go-to guy. And then you got was that first?
Vidal on defense.
Vidal on
with 4
defense. That's
interceptions.
4 INTs. So. I was very surprised with that district championship against Sinton that they didn't even score. I think they held them under 100 yards total.
It was that
correct
bad?
me if I'm wrong, but I think it was under 100 yards they held them. I didn't expect that from Ingleside. I don't know if there was.
Sinton held Beeville to 27 total yards of offense earlier in the season.
So that was surprising. I'm not going to let that affect my decision on who's going to win. I think Ingleside is going to have that chip on their shoulder.
You're trying to keep the McHugh happy. Just because they beat us and then hands them off.
That was rigged, bro.
It was rigged.
We should have won.
It was rigged.
Yeah,
you shouldn't be that handsome.
Yeah, I have Ingleside taking Port Isabel. I just, I think they have, like I said, they took that loss personal that was for the district championship. So I think they come out Friday night, fired up, and I think they're going to get the dub.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Ingleside also. I don't think it'll be. I think they'll win by like even more than one touchdown. Not a blowout, but maybe like 2 touchdowns. I got Ingleside winning that
Yeah, I
one.
have it by 2 touchdowns too. So.
Yeah. Next we got Sinton and RGC Grula. I don't know how to pronounce. Grula's 1-8. They won no district games, but they're in a district with only 4 teams, so they automatically make the playoffs. Must be fucking nice. Their one win was a one of the Brownsville teams, non-district they played. I was not going to spend too much time on these games. These games, it's just going to be a complete blowout, man. I'm going to spend too much time on them. Sinton's big wins over Rockport, Calhoun, and Ingleside. Gruya's only win is Brownsville Lopez. I don't know how bad Brownsville Lopez has to be, man, because that's their only win, dude. Sinton's got the Braden Brown quarterback. He had over 1,700 yards passing with 16 touchdowns. They had Tyler Ramirez with 100 tackles. Ray Pettis with 6 interceptions. This is not. I don't want to spend too much time. These games. Well, next week when we start playing, there's better matchups. There's going to be a lot of blowouts, man. This week, man, and we've been spending a lot of time on some of these that we shouldn't have. But this ain't going to be close, man. This is going to be one of those things where Sinton pride literally does not let their starters even see the second half, man. And maybe a couple of drives for the third quarter, just so, because it's a playoffs, especially if you're seniors. You don't want to just. But this is going to be an ugly game, man. It's just one of those games. It could be 70-0 if Sinton wants it to be. Yeah. They won't let it. I don't think they'll let it get that bad. But it's going to be a blowout, man.
From the highlights I see from Sinton, and they're playing some good ball right now. Their quarterback's connecting with the receivers. So yeah, it's going to be a blowout. I mean, sorry. RGC Grula?
Yeah, Rio Grande City Grula. I don't know how to pronounce it, but yeah, it's not going to be a good game.
But Sinton's coming with the dub.
Yep. Next we got 4A D1 Region 4. We got Cal Allen and Beeville. Another one, man. We don't want to leave too many of you a lot of stuff out. We don't want to not spend too much time on somebody like it's not because you're Cal Allen that I'm like Coyote fan, but. Yeah, this is no disrespect to Beeville, man. We got a lot of Beeville fans on the page. I have respect for Sosa. I like Sosa. I just don't see this being close, man. This would be a game where it's.
Yeah.
Beeville lost, like, what was it, 80-something to 20-something to Cuero, to a team that Cal Allen beat, man. This is going to be one of those games where Campbell seems to be a little different than previous. No offense to the previous coach, but yeah, he seems like a very respectful person. He's not going to go and drop 60, 70 points just because he can. I don't think he'll do that. But I don't see it being close, man. And then one of the fans from Cal Allen said that Campbell himself had said that this is their best run defense the whole 38 years he's been there. I know that's what Beeville does is the running, but if Sinton held you at 27 total yards, Cal Allen's going to do the same. If you get more than 27, it's only because Cal Allen's going to be winning by so much they put in the backups. But I don't got this being close, man. This would be like 56-0.
Yeah.
I hope I'm wrong. Like I said, respect for Sosa and the Sosa family and all that. I mean, no.
Their run defense is fun to watch. They swarm the ball. They're like hammerhead sharks looking for dinner.
Yeah,
they swarm the ball. And so they've always had stud linebackers. They've always had good secondary. So I have it a blowout. I'm not even going to put a score on it because
Beeville's only big win is over a team that held him to 27 yards. They won because of the defensive.
I think it was a pick six towards the end.
Yeah, pick sixes. Like I don't know if you got some return TDs or what, but yeah, Carlan's got the Bryce Burnett kid that's turning it up this season. You got a couple of kids. We got Jude Hernandez with 93 tackles. Skylar Rubio with 5 interceptions. Christian Gonzalez with 4 interceptions. Seth Wiggins with 4 interceptions. Beeville's got Davin Perez with 5 interceptions. It's not going to matter. I don't think Carlan's going to have to pass in this game. They might work on it, man. That's the good thing about this coach is he's working on the passing game even when he doesn't have to. Mm-hmm. That could be the difference in winning state this year or not. You're not going to win state because you're going to lose to Atlas and run 4, but if you manage to get by Atlas, that's going to be the difference, man, if you're working on your passing game this season.
Adrian Salazar, man, put a score on it.
Let's yeah, baby. We know you watched.
Yeah.
You can pretend you left the page all you want, but you come back. When someone you don't like loses, you come back and you run your mouth. And that's okay.
It's fun, man. You bring traffic to the page. It's all good, man. It's all
good, man. I don't know why y'all take things seriously and leave the page, man. It's all in good fun.
Hell yeah, man.
But next we got Pleasanton and Tolosa Midway. Tolosa Midway hadn't made the playoffs in a while.
Yeah, 2009 was the last time.
And then they let it get away from them last week, man. They lost to Zapata. That's fucking crazy. That's just, I don't know what happened. Did y'all not let your starters play that game? How the hell did y'all lose to Zapata?
Yeah.
And no offense to Zapata, I'm just saying, but it's... The crazy thing is, Tolosa Midway finished 6-4. 2 of their losses were by 1 point, man. They could have just... No, they lost to Ray 3-0. And no idea that happened, man. You could have won that game. You lost to Zapata by 1 point. Y'all could have been 8-2 this season. And I don't think it would have mattered. It would look nice on paper, but I don't think you're not going to be Pleasanton in the playoffs. I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Tolosa Midway, I don't think it's ever won a playoff game.
I don't think so. I mean, you punch your way in after 13 years.
Yeah, that's not a joke. They've literally never won a playoff game.
You punch it in the week before the last game, but you want to take that momentum into the last week, get prepared, and get the
man,
dub,
that Zapata loss was horrible.
and then go to the first round of the playoffs, on a positive note. But hey,
Hopefully their kids can block out the Zapata
Yeah.
loss, man, and just be happy that they're in the playoffs because that's an ugly loss. But I don't got this being the first year. It looks like things are moving up. Like I said, you're 4 points away from being 8-2 this year. Maybe you got things going in the right direction there, man, but you're not going to beat Pleasanton. I got it wasn't a horrible blowout, but I got Pleasanton winning by like 3 or 4 touchdowns, man.
Yeah, I got them winning by 10. So,
You got Pleasanton winning by 10?
yeah.
Yeah, man, when we predict blowouts, it's not something we're hoping, man. We mean no disrespect, but it's just... It's not our fault. Next we got Alice and Port Lavaca. They're playing in Portland Friday. Alice's biggest wins are over Flower Bluff. Port Lavaca's biggest win is probably over Beeville. That kept them from being fourth place and having to face Cal Island in round 1. So, oh my God! But it's even worse for them because they're gonna face Alice.
Yeah.
Shut up. Port Lavaca, we don't get your stats around here, man. Port Lavaca's weird, man. They started off 0-7 and they won the last 3 to get in the playoffs, and they've been looking pretty good. I'm not gonna try and build them up just they're playing my coyotes, but they've been looking pretty good. They had a couple of close losses. According to their fans, they had a lot of injuries in the beginning of the season. That's why they started off 1-7. I don't know how real that is. You're in that triple option crap that whenever y'all play Alice, their defensive corner has yet to prove that he can stop it. So that's what. I hope this is a year that they figure it out, man, because it's not. You can't lose to Port Lavaca, man. Alice got the Cutter Stewart with 2,551 yards, 35 touchdowns. Hondo Vasquez had 43 catches for 805 yards and 11 touchdowns. Alice lost their number 1 running back a few weeks ago, so they don't have any running backs in the top in the stats. Hector Gaza III has 13 total touchdowns, rushing, receiving, return touchdowns. Anthony Pena has 10 sacks. Hondo Vasquez and Joaquin Molina also have 3 interceptions. Calhoun, we don't have stats for you, but you got that fucking triple option crap.
Yeah. So who's filling in for that RB position, running back position?
Yeah, Alice had lost their starting running back, man, and we had lost the second guy also, but his was just temporary. He's back, Landon Rodriguez. He's really good also. Yeah, like we said, Calhoun, I don't know your stat leaders. I can't imagine it's that great. You started off 0-7, man, but you run that triple option crap that always worries me as a Coyote fan and pisses me off. I don't know how well Alice can do against your defense. Alice's defense is really good this year, though. But if you don't know how to fuck with that triple option, man, I don't know how much that matters. But I don't see you guys stopping Alice's offense. So I got Alice winning this something like 42-21. You're gonna piss me off, but it's okay. Just be honest.
I have Alice winning 35-17.
Somewhere around there, man. It'd be nice. Sorry, Port Lavaca.
Cutter will have a big game.
Cutter will have a big game. Cutter, yeah. To add to that 2,500 yards he already has. I don't know what the Alice record is, man. It's a little. That kid from 2008 had it. Benavides a little over 2,000. I don't know. I have to look into that, see if Cutter broke the record. I don't think he broke it yet, especially now if you're including the playoffs, because that kid had a lot more than that in the playoffs. But yeah, I got my Coyotes winning by 3 scores. He has them winning 35-17. Go win state. All right, next up we got 5AD2, Region 4, Flower Bluff, and Roma. We're not going to spend too much time on these games. They're going to be complete blowouts, man. We'll rattle off some of your teams' stats and stuff like that. But Flower Bluff's got the big win over GP last week. After starting off 1-3, I think they started off, and then they haven't lost since. One of their close losses, too, Flower Bluff is to undefeated number 3 in the state in 4A, Bernie.
Bernie, yeah.
The same Bernie team, they beat the crap out of GP. But yeah, man, I don't know if I'm going to say his name right. Jaden Paliseo, the quarterback for Flower Bluff, has 26 passing touchdowns, 2,100 yards, 2,177 yards passing. Cameron Dixon has 37 catches, 679 yards, 6 touchdowns. Kyler Meshi has 37 catches, 637 yards, 7 touchdowns. Aiden Tovar has 3 interceptions. Roma's biggest win was if your biggest wins over Zapata is not looking good, man. They have close losses at Sheridan and Pioneer, but they're not really that good this season. I don't know, man. This one, whatever Collins coach wants to do, is he going to call it off in the second half, in the third quarter?
Flower Bluff.
Yeah, it's just Flower Bluff in a blowout.
Yeah, I have Flower Bluff winning big. I'm not even going to put a score on it. I'm just going to win big.
Yeah,
but I am going to say this. I know disrespect to Flower Bluff fans, but GP gave you that game.
He's going to start his shit, man. He played for Coach Davis, so he's going to start his shit.
Yeah. Anyway, but I have Flower Bluff winning. I ain't going to put a score on it, but they're going to win big.
Oh, look, we get to talk about GP next. Mission Veterans Memorial at GP. Similar situation. Whatever score GP wants it to be, it's going to be until they call up the dogs. Gregory Portland's biggest wins came over Calhoun, 41-20. They really don't have a lot of big wins this season, though, as far as big. They only have 3 losses, but the Flower Bluff win would have been their biggest win. But their biggest win's probably over Calhoun, who's 3-7. But they're still very talented, man, GP. Man, they got the Dalvin Batts kid. Has 1,193 yards, 15 touchdowns. Reed Dooms, over 2,000 yards passing, 27 touchdowns. But they got the other guy back last
week. Yeah, they got their starting quarterback, but I think he didn't play that much against Flower Bluff.
Did he? I didn't watch the game.
The week before, I know he had a 60-yard touchdown run. So I don't know if they're saving him, putting him in slowly,
But the Dooms kid turned out to be really, really good,
sophomore
man.
Kid,
I think he's only a sophomore, so it doesn't matter, man. But
defense, I mean, all year they were stout, but Flower Bluff, they gave up some big plays against the receivers. So another blowout. I'm not going to put a score. GP's going to win.
Yeah, it's going to be another blowout,
home field advantage. So,
yeah, we won't put a score to it, man. It's just whatever GP's coach, whenever he decides to call up the dogs, it's going to be a blowout.
Okay, go 5A Division 1. Let's go Victoria West at San Antonio Burbank. Where's this one going to be playing at?
I don't remember because it's another one that just put neutral site.
Yeah, I don't know where this one's been playing at, but the West had the biggest win against rival East, 33-23.
They played that San Antonio Davenport team close. They're decent enough team this year, yeah.
So I know West has the receiver DeAndre Fillmore, 13 touchdowns, 72 receptions? Or
he was averaging 17 receiving yards a game. But see, this is another thing that some of this stuff, when you're not from local, you're not in the Collar Time stats, man. So I get your shit off of Max Preps. So I don't know how accurate that is. It's 72 receiving yards a game, 13 touchdowns. The running back, Kamari Montgomery, is averaging 118 rushing yards a game. He had 16 touchdowns. We said we don't know how accurate these are, man, because you're not included in Collar Times. We get your stuff from Max Preps, and Max Preps is always really inaccurate, man. But
yeah. So let's see which Victoria West team shows up Friday.
Yeah, Southwest's biggest win is over Legacy, the one that's playing Miller. I don't think it matters which West team shows up, man. They're still going to win by about 3 touchdowns at least, unless they don't show up. If West shows up, they win by 3 or 4 touchdowns. I got West over Southwest. You?
I got West over Southwest, too.
Next, we got Medina Valley at CC Veterans Memorial. That's a Thursday game at Buck. Everyone's pissed off that Wise Bet's playing at Buck and Miller has to go to Cabin. I don't know, man. Talk to your AD and superintendent.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal either way. It's going to be a blowout. There's going to be another blowout. Medina Valley's biggest win is 17-14 over Laredo Cigarroa, who actually I felt bad when they lost because Laredo Cigarroa is one of those teams that's always a pushover team, but they finished 7-3 this year. if they hadn't lost that last game in Medina Valley, they'd have been 8-2 in the playoffs. But either way, it don't matter, man. It's Veterans Memorial. Unless Veterans Memorial shows up, the one that almost lost to Carroll. I don't know what team you are, man. Your all's biggest wins are over. You beat Miller a few weeks ago. We're not even talking about the Alice win. That was a long time ago.
Why not?
It was a long time ago, dude. It's a Red Moon tonight.
Yeah. No, it's a long time.
Has nothing to do with it. Yeah, there's another one I spent too much time on, man. Jaden Castaneda is averaging 102 rushing yards a game. I don't know, though, because Collar had him on the stats. He had he was just under 1,000 yards rushing, so I don't know. Like we said, Max Prep's kind of inaccurate all the time, but Jaden Castaneda is about a 1,000-yard rusher. Eliza Durrett had 27 passing touchdowns, and he is on the stats, man. He was just under Cutter Stewart and the Jacobson kid, not by many yards, man. Cutter Stewart was first, Jacobson was second, and Elijah Durrett was third. It wasn't by a lot of yards, man. It was maybe like 40, 50 yards. He missed out, but he also rushes for a lot, man. He had 27 passing touchdowns and 9 rushing touchdowns. It's not going to be close, man. I got Veterans Memorial. If the Vets shows up, man, they win big. It's not even going to be close. I got like 42-7.
Yeah, he's 18 yards behind Jacobson.
He wasn't that far behind, man, passing. But I got Vets winning like 42-7 if the real Vets shows up. If not, it could be, who knows, like the Carroll game. I don't know what you got.
Yeah, I got CC Vets winning big. I say 40-10.
Yeah, it should be somewhere around there, man. The last game we got up is Southwest Legacy. I don't know what that. I write him down as Von Ormy. Everyone says it's their San Antonio. I say Von Ormy because I made a graphic of them a few years ago and their fans got pissed off. We're not San Antonio, Von Ormy, yada yada. It doesn't matter. It's gonna be a blowout.
San Antonio area.
San Antonio area. It's gonna be a blowout. I think them and Miller played last year. Miller won by a lot. It's gonna be something similar this year, man. Legacy's biggest win is 34-21 over Medina Valley. But they have losses to teams like Burbank and San Antonio Lee. Those are like the original San Antonio School District teams that aren't ever really very good. And you have 2 losses to 2 of their programs. Miller's biggest wins over El Campo. They had the big loss of Vets. It's not going to matter, man. We didn't spend too much time on these either, man. It's just going to be another blowout game like it was last year. I got Miller winning like 56-14.
I got Miller winning 48-13.
Yeah, something like that, man. As the playoffs go on, we'll and there's not as many teams involved anymore, we'll start getting a little more in depth. We'll start messaging coaches if they want to send us stats. So we have stats for everybody, not just the ones that Carter Times puts as the leaders. So we'll get more into it next week. If enough teams aren't in there, man, we might start adding in some few Valley schools. I wanted to do that this week, man, but I didn't want to go out too long, and there's already a lot of teams to discuss. We wanted to get every local team involved, so remember, after this week, it'll be cut in half. After the second week, it'll be cut in half again. So it's going to get down to the nitty-gritty. So good luck to everyone out there. Prove us wrong if we didn't pick your team to win this week, or, this is, just our opinion. So don't get mad at us or come at us real ugly. Yeah, before we finish, though, we did have some people that commented on the post we made, so we wanted to get them involved.
We have a message. One of the guys from Bruni wanted to mention that Bruni won district. They were district champs. They're going to face Dehanis in Carrizo Springs. So.
Did I not include Bruni? I know I mentioned they won district earlier because they were
you shared their picture.
They were someone's biggest win or something like that.
But good luck to Bruni. I hope you get that dub. You're part of South Texas, so
their coach messages me sometimes on Twitter. I don't know why I didn't include that.
No big deal. I mean, we caught it.
We got Bruni winning that game. Sorry we didn't include it. Win, and we'll feature you for a long time in the next show next week. But we got Ana Trevino saying good luck to everyone in Beeville Trojans. Joseph Munoz, maybe some playoff predictions. Yeah, that's what we did this year. Jesse Ramirez wanted our thoughts on Industrial and Foul. Haven't seen too much, but I know Industrial is solid. Yeah, we talked about that earlier, so you already seen that by now. I had Industrial winning. I think did you have Industrial winning too or yet, Phil? I don't know, man. We already went into it. Curtis Spillman says how the sand crabs are going to pinch the Cody's little fuzzy nuts. You can suck at Curtis Spillman. I don't remember where he's from, man, or who he goes for. Vontis said, wow, what a perv, talking about high school kids like that. And Curtis said, I'm sorry. the Cervantes sent him the wink emoji.
Master Ducklick.
Master Dicklicker, Ducklick. We don't look,
Mention-
man. If you don't correct us and watch the show and tell us how to pronounce it, that's what it looks like. Master Dicklicker. Mention how Alice is getting a second round exit. We mentioned what your comment is, your stupid comment, but it's not happening. Alice ain't losing to Canyon Lake in round 2.
And Latasha Bats. GP always. Oh, I'm always going to mention GP.
He's played for Davis when he was in high school. He's always an all-state running back. He's always going to mention it. Robert Hyde says, let's hear your comments about Kalala and your prediction. We already predicted it, man. I don't know why well, it was before we predicted it, but we predicted it, man. We gave you love, man. I said you're going to win in a blowout, so stop your fucking crying from Kalala. Myrtle Nelson says, I want to play with him every morning. Write me a direct message. I wait for you.
He's talking about you or me?
This is one of the...
Hey, man, I'm married.
This is one of them random shits that comes on the page. Myrtle Nelson, when they're looking for you to get on their sites, you can go click on sex sites or something. I wish it was real, Myrtle. Her picture's nice. I want to play with him every morning. Write me a direct message. I wait for you.
Write me a direct message.
It ain't real, but fuck it, man.
I'll wait for you with the little splash.
With the little splash emojis, dude.
Yeah. So.
It'd be nice. It's been a while for me.
So there you have it, guys. Our predictions are, hope you enjoyed the show.
Yeah, let us know stuff in the comments, man. Help us out with the shows. Let us know for next show. You want something featured more than...
I got an extra mic right here. I got
two extra
mic
mics.
right here.
Why would you not want to come talk playoff football? Playoff football. You know what we're going to do right now? When we get off this, we're going to go to the backyard. We're going to make some barbecue.
And then we're going to take another shot.
We're going to take another shot, drink a few beers, and have a good time in his backyard.
Yeah.
He lives in a nice neighborhood here in the London School District area, man.
Yeah. Don't worry
We
about
could have taken it to my house. I live near Moody. You don't want that. But we're here in the London School District area. We appreciate you guys following the page, man. Thank you.
Before we go, look for us on K99. I will share the times that we're going to be out there, but
Thursday and Friday, right? This time,
I think Thursday and
he's
Friday.
gonna do it Thursday and Friday,
something like that. But go out there and follow K99. Big Frank has some good stuff out there, not only football, but what's happening around the community, what's going around South Texas. So he gives out a lot of information. So if you're a country fan, go follow.
Yep.
Big Frank Edwards, K99.
All right, thank you guys for following the page. See you next week.